Hi everybody, this is Darlene Quibido, your Pampered Chef Consultant. I am showing you a quick and easy meal for lunch that takes less than 10 minutes, but it's kind of a little bit on the fancy side. We're going to make a warm grilled chicken Caesar salad. So I've got my chicken cooking on our Deluxe electric grill and griddle. The chicken is on one side. I've already started that, and then we will put the lettuce on the other side. But I am putting olive oil on the sides of bread. I use a wheat bread, and I'm sprinkling with, or putting olive oil, and then I'm going to use our French onion dip to season it with. We're going to be making croutons. So I put oil on both sides, and I sprinkle both sides with the French onion dip, and then I'm going to cut it into cubes. And then we're going to put that in the Deluxe air fryer for 5 minutes is all that's going to take. And what I used on the chicken was just our seasoning salt. I just wanted a little bit of seasoning on there. I use our bar pan, and I'm just going to put the bread on there to make our croutons, and then I'm going to stick that in the air fryer for 5 minutes. So while that is baking, we are going to flip our chicken over, and I'm using our tongs. And one tip, because it's still raw on the other side, is I have a sink full of dishwater ready. So as soon as I flip that over, I will put those tongs in the sink, and I have a new pair of tongs to use for later when the chicken is ready. And now I have our romaine lettuce, and I've washed it and just kind of shook it out to dry. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a larger knife, and we are going to cut it lengthwise. You're going to keep the bottom on so that it stays together while you grill it. So we're just going to flip that over after we cut it, and then we're going to brush it with some olive oil so that it doesn't stick to the grill. So after the olive oil is on there, I'm just going to flip it over and put it on the grill and get those nice little char marks. Okay, now I'm going to take our silicone prep bowl, and they come in 3 sizes, and it's great because you can put a lid on it when you're done and stick the rest in the refrigerator. But we're going to make our Caesar dressing, just eyeballing everything. We're going to use some mayonnaise, and we're going to use some Dijon mustard. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and I still eyeball it. If you like more, you can add more. Just do it to suit your flavoring. And the air fryer has beeped, so I'm going to check on our croutons. It beeps halfway through, so that if you're using 2 trays, you can rotate the trays throughout the cooking process, top to bottom and then bottom to top. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of anchovy paste. And here again, I'm eyeballing it, and it didn't want to come out too good, so I had to puncture it a little bit more because it's a brand new tube. So you're just going to add enough to suit your taste. If you like more, add a little bit more. And the anchovy paste does have a lot of salt, so you don't want to add too much extra salt. And then you're just going to whisk those together. Okay, so we're going to add a tiny bit of salt. Remember, not too much because the anchovy paste has a good bit of salt. And then a little bit of pepper. Now I'm going to show you one of our brand new products. It's a double adjustable grater. It opens up, it folds flat, and there's covers to protect your fingers, but it sits on the container, and we have a coarse side and a fine side, and then it's so easy to grate your cheese. And if you're worried about scraping your knuckles, there is a holder for that too. So we don't need a whole lot of cheese for this, and typically you would use Parmesan, and the store did not have Parmesan, so I'm using Romano cheese. So we're just going to add a little bit. Oops, I had a little bit too much. Let me take a little bit out. We're going to add that to our dressing, and we're going to whisk it up a little bit more. And then we're going to add a little bit of water. You only want to add a little bit at a time to get it to the consistency that you want for pouring. And I forgot to add my garlic, so I'm going to use our garlic press. And I just did a couple of cloves of garlic, and you can see how fine that is in there. So you're just going to squeeze that in there and then just stir it up just a little bit more. And again, you can see how nice it is. The container, you can pour from there, and then you can also put the lid on to store the rest in the refrigerator. So we're going to check on our lettuce, our romaine lettuce, and you can see the nice grill marks on there. So we're going to plate it up. We're going to put that with the grill mark side up. You can see how pretty that is, and it's sliding around on the plate. So then we're going to just sprinkle a little bit of extra cheese on top of there. And you can do this in any order that you want. And then we're going to add a couple of pieces of chicken. And now we're going to get our croutons, and we are going to sprinkle those on top. And be careful because the air fryer is hot. And we'll just sprinkle a few of those on top. And then just pour some dressing on top, a little or a lot, however much you want. And there you have it. It's your warm grilled chicken Caesar salad. A little bit on the fancy side. Yummy. Enjoy.